So if you guys follow me on Instagram, and you should because I'm delightful over there, I was talking today about lots of changes in my family right now. So Jaden, we'll start with the youngest and go to the oldest. Jaden, our youngest, who is was our sleeper genius, she decided she called me and said, I'm only going to get my PhD. I'm not going to get my MD. And I laughed and I said, oh, only going to get your PhD, huh? Like, do you hear yourself? Only going to get your PhD. She's only going to get her PhD. So cool. And she's been paying for school, for the last year herself. She works for a biotech company. She TAs for some ridiculous kind of chemistry I'd never even heard of. So she's doing that. And let's see, Jordan is, so she is a secondary education major. She wants to be a high school English lit teacher. I'm driving, but I'm not holding the camera. See, it's hooked up to this little contraption thing. Anyway, so she is basically, she changed her major in the middle of school and kind of had to start over, and it pushed her back a little bit. And you know, she lives at home. But in January, she starts all of her, basically, I call it her free teaching. So she's super excited to be teaching in January, so that she will not be in class. It's all teaching. So the district gets a bunch of free teachers when this happens. So she's very excited about that. Justice has his bachelor's degree, but he went to film school. COVID happened.
Ah, crap!
And it's just been really crappy for him. So he is going to be starting on Monday an IT certification, which is, so he'll be done like by the summer. So that's exciting for him. Bob will no longer be deploying, so he's actually going to be home for Christmas. So I better get my shit together with that. I skipped right over myself because there's nothing really new with me besides like, okay, well, I guess, yeah, there is. You know, my health is always something to talk about. What's going on? I feel a lot better. Before I went to Orlando, my doctor, they did a CT of my pelvis and ultrasound. They did a CT of my pelvis and abdomen, and there was a little spot where I was feeling pain, and initially he thought, because of my red blood cell count, my white blood cell count, that I had diverticulosis, which my grandmother had that. And there was a spot that showed like my intestines looked like angry there, but not diverticulosis. So of course I get very frustrated because I always feel like with me, it's always something that's just not cut and dry, and that it's very vague and weird. So I was prescribed Cipro, and I feel like so much better. My weight loss is still kind of weird. I am gaining some of my weight back. But it's still like, I'm still able to eat like a way more than I have probably since college.
That cheesecake was for everyone.
Like powerlifting days, college, 6 hours in the gym a day, college. So that still does feel very weird. And I don't know if it's just my body was like, oh, you wanted your metabolism to be like on fire. So it is now. So I don't know, like, is that normal? I don't know. So I'm just trying to eat decently and see where that takes me, you know? I'm really strong. I feel very strong in the gym. We had shoulders and arms today, and I pretty much lifted almost on all the lifts the same as Bob. So yeah, so I feel good. I feel a lot better. And yeah, I mean, it's just crazy having Bob home like regularly. Like, he's home with me all day long. Like, he goes to the gym with me, we go grocery shopping together, he went with me when I had to get my blood drawn. Like, you know, we are up each other's chili most of the day. He's out golfing right now. I'm not a golfer, so he's with one of his buddies. So I am looking forward to that. You know, Bob did serve 21 years in the military, and he has a retirement income, and I also have a retirement income. So, you know, we've set ourselves up to, you know, be okay. So I won't be taking 2 trips to you know, to Jamaica every year if neither one of us does anything else more than what we're doing right now, which is fine too. Like, I'm perfectly content to have my husband home every day rather than him being in a war zone 6 months out of the year, so that we can have that income. You know, it's been really hard on the family for him to be, I say hard on the family, hard on me, for him to be gone so much for so many years. I mean, he retired from the Air Force, and 2 days later he was working this job. So I'm really grateful for him to be able to be home. And I'm, you know, he's not someone who is going to sit at home with me and, you know, help me clean the grout. He's going, I know he's going to be looking for something else to do because that's just his way. But I'm trying to convince him to go to a small airport type where, like, you know, they teach flying in Cessnas and in, you know, those little airplanes, because I think he would really love that. And, you know, he's like, that doesn't pay well. And I'm like, you don't need it to pay well. Like, you need to be happy and enjoy your life and be smiling when you come home and not hating what you're doing or hating the lack of control, you know, because you work for a big company like he was. You don't have control. You do what you're told. So anyway, that's the update in my family and everything that we have going on. And so with Justice going to back to school, I'm gonna start messing around with the editing software because he's done everything for me, and figuring it out myself. So that's what I'm gonna do. So probably not this video. I'll give this to Justice. I will, if I could talk, that would be great. I'm gonna give this to Justice to edit for me, and then figure out more stuff. And if I can keep Bob home for like a month or 2 or whatever, I might be able to implore him to also like help me film and come up with stuff. And I think that would be fun too. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great one. And I have a community tab now on God, if I could talk, words are hard. I have a community tab now on my YouTube, which, like, you know, when you start unlocking these next levels, like, it just makes me feel fancy. So anyway, I'm sitting in my driveway now. So I hope all of you are doing great. Follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe if you're new here. Click the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload. I do have ideas for this community tab, just because I just think it's fun to be able to interact with people. Because I know not everybody has Instagram, you know, to be able to talk to people that way. So anyway, have a good one. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm thinking of doing like a day in my life with training and food and, you know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, have a good one. I will see you soon. Bye.